Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some jaw-dropping news that has left Pawn Stars fans absolutely stunned. Rick Harrison, the well-known star of the hit reality show, has been sentenced to life in prison. That's right, you heard it correctly. The man, famous for his sharp business sense and deep knowledge of antiques, is now caught up in a shocking and unexpected legal battle. How did this happen? How did a man who built an empire from a pawn shop end up in such a tragic situation? Richard Harrison, better known as Rick Harrison, is an American entrepreneur and TV personality, born on March 22, 1965, in Lexington, North Carolina. His path to becoming a household name on Pawn Stars wasn't easy. At just 2 years old, his family relocated to San Diego, California, where he grew up. However, Rick's early years were marked by struggles. Diagnosed with epilepsy at age 8, he often missed school and spent much of his time reading. During these self-educating years, he developed an impressive knowledge of history, which later became a key asset in his career. His health issues led him to drop out of school in 10th grade. But instead of seeing it as a failure, he used it as motivation to teach himself, especially in business and history. As a teenager, Rick began working with his father, Richard Benjamin Harrison, better known as the Old Man, on various business ventures. This hands-on experience helped him sharpen his skills in evaluating the value and authenticity of items, which became crucial later on. At 17, Rick's girlfriend Kim became pregnant, and they decided to marry. They had 2 sons, Cory and Adam, but divorced after 8 years. In 1981, Rick and his family relocated to Las Vegas, Nevada, where his father opened the gold and silver coin shop. In 1989, the shop officially became the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, the iconic store that would later be featured as the main setting of Pawn Stars. The early years were tough, with Rick and his father facing difficult customers and even dangerous situations. However, these hardships helped Rick build a strong reputation in Las Vegas, thanks to his deep knowledge of collectibles and historical artifacts. If you think this story is shocking, share it with your friends so everyone can know. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. We'll keep you informed on all the developments in this case and what's next for Pawn Stars. Realizing the entertainment potential in the pawn business, Rick began considering a reality TV show that would highlight the shop's daily activities. Though initially rejected, he didn't give up. After years of persistence, he finally landed a deal with the History Channel in 2009. That's when Pawn Stars officially debuted. The show offered an inside look at the pawn world, showcasing rare deals, unique antiques, and fascinating historical tales. It featured Rick, his son Cory "Big Hoss" Harrison, his father Old Man Harrison, and his close friend Austin Chumley Russell. Together they evaluated, bought, sold, and traded valuable historical items, often engaging in intense negotiations. Pawn Stars became an instant hit, catapulting Rick from a local pawn shop owner to a TV personality. His no-nonsense speaking style, sharp negotiating skills, and vast knowledge quickly made him a fan favorite. Rick's iconic catchphrase, "The best I can do is," became a signature moment whenever he made a final offer. Pawn Stars wasn't just entertainment. It also had educational value, with each episode offering fascinating historical insights about the items brought into the shop. This unique blend helped the show appeal to a wide audience, from kids to adults, making it one of the standout programs on the History Channel. Under Rick's leadership, the pawn shop quickly became a popular tourist destination, drawing visitors from around the globe. Fans flocked to witness big deals in person and even had the chance to appear in episodes. As a result, revenue soared. leading to new ventures such as souvenir sales, books, and restaurant openings. Rick's fame stretched beyond Pawn Stars, with appearances on TV shows, interviews in major magazines, and speaking engagements at business events. His business acumen and entrepreneurial story have inspired many. As the driving force behind Pawn Stars, Rick Harrison became known not only for his sharp business instincts, but also for his calm, pragmatic leadership. On the show, he often served as the steady hand, balancing his son Cory's impulsiveness and Chumley's antics. From a young boy who dropped out of school due to epilepsy to a successful businessman and TV icon, Rick Harrison has crafted a remarkable success story. While Pawn Stars may continue to evolve, there's no doubt Rick remains the heart and soul of the show. The relationship between Rick Harrison and his father, Richard Old Man Harrison, went beyond a typical father-son bond. It was built over years of working side by side. Together, they not only established the gold and silver pawn shop, but also shared a business philosophy grounded in honesty and intelligence. When Old Man passed away in 2018, Rick carried on the business with the values his father had instilled in him, honoring the family legacy. Despite his success with Pawn Stars, Rick's personal life has had its ups and downs. After his first marriage ended, he spent 27 years with Tracy Harrison before divorcing in 2011. In 2013, Rick married Deanna Bird in a ceremony officiated by Danny Coker, star of Counting Cars, with Chumley as the ring bearer. While Rick keeps his family life mostly private, rare moments on the show reveal he is a devoted family man, striving to balance fame, work, and home life. He later expanded his business empire by opening Rick's Rollins Smoke BBQ and Tavern at Pawn Plaza next to the gold and silver pawn shop. In 2011, Rick co-authored Licensed to Pawn, Deals, Steals, and My Life at the Gold and Silver, where he shared behind-the-scenes stories about his life and career as a savvy entrepreneur. Always seeking new opportunities, Rick continues to grow his brand and expand his ventures. His appraisal skills have been showcased through thousands of transactions on Pawn Stars, covering everything from historical documents and classic cars to rare artifacts. Despite his vast knowledge, Rick isn't hesitant to consult experts when faced with unfamiliar items, showing both caution and business wisdom. One standout purchase was a 2001 New England Patriots Super Bowl ring he bought for $1,600, later valued much higher. Another notable deal was a set of Spanish gold coins recovered from a 1715 shipwreck, reflecting Rick's passion for history and valuable relics. Despite his tremendous success, Rick's life hasn't always been smooth. In 2023, he unexpectedly became the subject of a federal investigation, shocking fans and those close to him. FBI agents, IRS investigators, and representatives from the Department of Cultural Heritage Protection conducted a massive search at Rick's home and the gold and silver pawn shop in Las Vegas. Witnesses described the scene as something out of a movie, with employees and customers detained while agents seized computers, documents, and several artifacts from the store. Rick's son, Cory Harrison, was present and later shared that everything happened so fast it felt surreal. Footage of Rick being escorted from his home by Secret Service agents quickly went viral on social media, sparking intense speculation. Authorities are investigating allegations of tax evasion, money laundering, and the sale of potentially illicit artifacts. These claims stem from suspicious transactions flagged by banks and complaints from several former business partners. Despite the wave of public scrutiny, Rick has remained composed and continues to run his business while awaiting the outcome of the investigation. Regardless of the challenges, There's no denying that Rick Harrison is one of the most influential reality TV figures. From a bookish young boy to a successful entrepreneur and icon of Pawn Stars, Rick's journey is a testament to perseverance, talent, and adaptability. In the weeks following the raid, the History Channel temporarily halted production of Pawn Stars, issuing a brief statement that they were monitoring the situation and would decide based on further developments. Meanwhile, the gold and silver pawn shop remained open, though visitor numbers dropped significantly due to the legal controversy surrounding Rick. His representatives quickly denied any wrongdoing, claiming the investigation was a misunderstanding that would be cleared up soon. Rick's attorney, David Marshall, a respected Las Vegas lawyer with experience in high-profile cases, reassured the public that Rick has always operated his business transparently and in full compliance with the law. As the investigation progressed, troubling details began to surface. Authorities claimed to have evidence showing that Rick was involved in a scheme to intentionally undervalue certain historical artifacts to reduce taxes, while secretly selling them at true market value in private transactions. Investigators also accused him of purchasing stolen artifacts through intermediaries, including rare historical documents and items from museums and private collections. Court records revealed that the investigation was triggered by a former employee who came forward, claiming to have participated in acquiring valuable items and describing a separate accounting system used to hide sensitive transactions from the official records. Rick was arrested shortly after, but released on bail the next day and quickly brought to court. He was charged with several serious offenses, including tax evasion, money laundering, trafficking stolen property, and conspiracy to illegally buy and sell historical artifacts. While attorney David Marshall continued to assert his client's innocence, the pressure from the prosecution steadily mounted. The trial stretched on for nearly a year with a series of evidence presented. As former colleagues began to testify against him, his situation grew increasingly dire. Prosecutors presented financial documents, encrypted messages, and testimonies from former employees who claimed Rick had instructed them to alter records to conceal large transactions. One of the most shocking pieces of evidence was a message exchange between Rick and an undisclosed supplier, allegedly discussing how to erase the provenance of an 18th century document believed to have been stolen from a university archive. Rick was also reportedly planning transactions to bypass reporting requirements for large cash payments. Despite the mounting pressure from the trial, Rick stuck to his stance when appearing on several television programs, particularly those with a conservative slant. If you want to stay updated on this intense case, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for the latest news. He claimed he was the victim of a campaign aimed at ruining his reputation and the success of Pawn Stars. Many of Rick's supporters rallied behind him, creating hashtags like #HatFreeRick and organizing protests outside the courthouse. For a segment of the public, Rick's downfall came as a massive shock, as the image of a sharp but straightforward businessman on TV was now clouded by legal troubles. The final verdict stunned many, including legal experts. When the judge read the sentence, the courtroom fell silent. Rick, who had remained composed throughout the trial, turned pale. His son Cory sat behind him with his head in his hands, while Chumley, Rick's longtime friend, exited the courtroom in tears. Some experts believed the sentence was too harsh, but the judge emphasized that it reflected not only financial crimes, but also the irreversible damage to cultural and historical heritage. Amid the controversy, many loyal fans continue to believe Rick deserves sympathy. Support groups formed on social media, emphasizing that regardless of the outcome, Pawn Stars helped audiences connect with history in a more engaging way than ever before. "Rick taught me to love history in a way school never could," one fan shared. During sentencing, the judge stated, "Mr. Harrison, you presented yourself as a protector of history, someone who values artifacts and cherishes our shared heritage. In reality, you contributed to the looting and destruction of priceless cultural heritage for personal gain. The court cannot overlook the severity of these actions." These powerful words echoed through the courtroom, marking the official end of Rick Harrison's illustrious career on Pawn Stars. Immediately after the verdict, Rick's legal team filed an appeal, arguing that the sentence was too harsh and violated his civil rights due to the nonviolent nature of the crime. They also requested Rick's release on bail while awaiting appeal, but the request was denied. The image of Rick being escorted out of the courtroom in handcuffs quickly became a dominant feature in news outlets and on social media. Public reaction was sharply divided. Many of Rick's loyal fans voiced skepticism, suggesting he had become a scapegoat for broader issues in the artifact trade. Meanwhile, historians and cultural heritage experts supported the harsh sentence as a necessary step to combat the illegal trade of historical artifacts. In response, Rick's fan community launched the Hearts for Harrison campaign, gathering over 100,000 signatures calling for a review of the verdict. "We don't deny Rick may have made mistakes, but this sentence is not justice, it's vengeance," said campaign organizer Melissa Jenkins. "A life sentence for a non-violent crime is unjust. Every prayer, every message of support, and every small contribution could help give him a fair chance in his appeal." Rick's son, Cory Harrison, also shared his thoughts. "My dad may have made mistakes, but he doesn't deserve to die in prison. He deserves a chance to make things right." Meanwhile, the History Channel quickly severed ties with Rick, officially canceling Pawn Stars and removing all reruns from its schedule. In a statement, the network expressed deep disappointment in Rick's actions while reaffirming its commitment to preserving and respecting cultural heritage. Before his legal troubles, Rick Harrison was not only a familiar face in reality TV, but also a sharp businessman who built an empire beyond the gold and silver pawn shop. Although customer traffic declined after the scandal, the shop remained a popular Las Vegas destination. To regain public trust, Cory repositioned the store by promoting transparency and collaborating with museums and educational organizations. In an emotional interview 6 months after Rick's conviction, Cory reflected on the challenges of continuing the family business while addressing issues raised during the trial. "We've implemented strict verification processes for every transaction. What happened was a mistake, and we're committed to being part of the solution, not the problem," Cory affirmed. Austin Chumley Russell, who viewed Rick as a father figure and mentor, also expressed mixed emotions. "I've learned a lot from Rick, the solid business principles that I'll carry with me for life," Chumley shared in a podcast. "But I also have to accept there was a side of him I didn't see, or maybe didn't want to see." For the Harrison family, the focus now is on supporting Rick through the appeal process and restoring their reputation. Cory's leadership surprised many, given his impulsive persona on Pawn Stars, but his business acumen has proven he's capable of guiding the family through tough times. "The encouragement from fans has been a huge source of strength for my dad," Cory said in a recent statement. He added that reading letters from supporters reminds him that many still believe in the Harrison family. The family has been holding weekly prayer gatherings on Sundays in front of the pawn shop, where loyal fans come to show support for Rick. For those unable to make it to Las Vegas, the family encourages sending letters, cards, or even Pawn Stars memorabilia to bring comfort and joy to Rick during this dark time. Small gestures like that mean a lot, Cory shared. Despite the challenges, Cory believes the gold and silver pawn shop can endure. My dad taught me everything about this business. The values he instilled are the foundation I'm building on. We've made mistakes, but this shop has been part of Las Vegas for over 30 years, and I'm determined to keep it alive for another 30. Rick Harrison's journey is truly remarkable. From a small-time broker to a successful businessman, reality TV star, and now a life-sentenced prisoner. This dramatic turn of events highlights how quickly fortune can change, especially under the spotlight of fame. Cultural commentators have likened Rick's downfall to a Shakespearean tragedy, where a man deeply versed in history ultimately turned the very artifacts he once revered into the instruments of his undoing. His story now serves as a cautionary tale about the temptations of success and the thin line between savvy business moves and criminal behavior. This dramatic fall has shocked not only the reality TV world, but also left his family business in a fragile position without its once charismatic leader. During this difficult time, Rick Harrison needs all the support he can get. If you're a fan of Pawn Stars and appreciate what Rick has contributed, consider sending words of encouragement, positive thoughts, or prayers. The Harrison family has launched a special website where fans can leave messages that are forwarded to Rick in prison. According to the family, these messages have been a great source of strength for him. The website also provides an address for sending supportive letters, hoping each note brings a little light to Rick during this challenging time. As the family emphasized, Rick has always valued the audience of Pawn Stars and knows your continued support means more than ever. Rick Harrison's journey continues with unprecedented turns in reality television. We will keep you updated on this shocking case, one that not only impacts an individual, but also reshapes a family business and challenges public views on success. His story serves as a powerful lesson about life's unpredictability and the temptations of fame. While the outcome is surprising, there's no denying Pawn Stars has left a lasting mark on its fans. Whether Rick proves his innocence and makes a comeback, or the legacy lives on through Cory, remains to be seen. Stay tuned as we follow this unfolding story. We're continuing to cover this shocking case. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what happens next.